Just fucking do it. Subscribe now.
So originally I brought a very small facility in, and I give up equity and just knock this one out, keep a bigger deal in the back pocket, and then get a track record quickly, prove up the model, obviously. So right now we're just analyzing it. Real estate appraisal's been done. It's $450,000 worth of real estate. For the company purchase, what they want is $235K for that. So we're still analyzing the numbers to see if cash flow goes with debt service.
Because normally when they put property, a building, etc., because of the high valuation or the additional EBITDA that you have to pay for that, cash flow rarely covers the debt service. So that's why you want your first couple deals to be without property. But sometimes it works. Sometimes. But you're right. You have to look at the numbers. But I mean the numbers, like for example, give me the top line revenue. What is it?
It's been trending downward from 16, 17, and 18.
What is it now? The number.
2019.
Through September 30th was 214,000.
Okay, let's just give them the benefit of the doubt and say it's 300,000 for the year. Okay, what's the bottom line after-tax income?
Seller's discretionary earnings through September 30th was just shy of 94,000.
Okay, so let's say it's going to be 150. So half of the top line is it'll be the other way, not 150. If it's 100 now, it's going to go down. So let's make it easy. Let's say it's 50. Normally, the easy rule of thumb to figure out what the EBITDA or cash flow is take the after-tax income and add 40 to 50% on top of it. So if after-tax income was 100, the cash flow, when you add back, not their add backs, this is when you put depreciation and amortization back in, is going to be about a 50 grand. So the cash flow is roughly going to be 150 grand, 140 grand. And so how much debt service can that free cash flow cover? 10% interest, making it simple. 10% on $1 million is 100,000. So I mean, we're not borrowing that much, but so this would easily, based on what the free cash flow number I just gave, could cover a debt of $1 million. Well, you don't need a debt of $1 million. So I know that this deal could be done. Now, whether you do it or not, you got to go to the next step. Why is income trending down? As Jason pointed out, and they've always got a reason, right, Jason? They've always got, and most of the reasons are bullshit. But
well, interestingly enough, it's been trending down for 3 years, and now since she decided to sell,
it went up.
It's gone up
like a miracle. Okay, and does she have reasons why it's trended up?
Just more customers.
Well, the way you go back and check that, patients per bed, those 3 previous years, is that number changed? The only way the number can go up is it's gone down. Well, the only way the number could go up is they had more patients, and or increase the amount of money that they charge per patient. That's the only 2 variables. And if neither one of those went favorably, then and remember, these numbers she gave you are QuickBooks, right? Or something like that.
QuickBooks.
That means you can put any fucking thing in there you want.
Right.
And what about tax returns?
It's listed through a broker. There's no returns.
Okay, but that's...
Yeah.
There are tax returns.
There are.
And what do tax returns say? So what's the tax after tax income last year? What's the most current year they got tax returns?
18.
Okay.
234 income, $17,000 income. Obviously, you have to add back your depreciation.
Okay. So maybe they've got 50,000 in cash flow. So the maximum debt service that they're going to be able to carry is $4,000 a month. That's if you're paying the exact. I've already touched you. I want you to push it out, but let's just say $4,000 a month. This deal is tight.
She did mention off the bat.
Yeah, off the bat, 50% or finance. 10 years.
Oh, that was her opening volley.
That was what I pushed to.
Okay, well then,
I think I can get that up.
So she may very well go higher than that.
Sure. Yeah. 10-year amortization.
Yeah, we like 3-year more. Well, if she needs the money to live, if she doesn't need the money to live, 3-year moratorium, no interest or principal, starting in year 4. And let's say it's 10-year amortization, but it's maybe only a 5 or 7-year note. You want it amortized over 10 years because it drops the payments, and then you have a balloon at the end, because by that time you will exited, refinanced, not exited no so much, but you will have at least refinanced. And refinancing makes the QLA model even stronger, because you start with no money, and you're pulling money out of deals, right? And because of the low interest rates now, and because of the Trump train, Trump era, whatever you want to call it, people are more readily looking at deals that they might say, we want you to have 3 or 4 years experience. Now they want to get the money out the goddamn door. And so, 3 or 4 or 5 months experience will be enough. We've got kids that are refinancing stuff. They bought it last year in January. They refinanced everything in March. And it might not be with the same bank, but you use it as a threat. Threat's a bad word. Leverage. You use it as leverage. Well, if you're not going to refinance it, bank 2, 3, 4, 8 will do it. And when you do a deal, you make sure you notify all the banks that you didn't use or said no to you. Well, this is the deal. Now, so some of the kids are having victory parties. And they invited everybody that said no to them during the QLA process. Every swinging dick, including wives, cousins, said, get a job, and they have a victory party. The last one cost $12,000. I believe in them now. I didn't used to believe in them, but the kids, I thought $12,000 is keep it, split it up amongst the board. But it was the right thing to do vis-a-vis the other professionals that turned them down. They were able to upgrade their lawyers. They went to a bigger lawyer who had said no. They were able to upgrade their accountants, and the banks that had told them no, flat ass no, wanted to fund the next deal. And in one of the cases, the bank too that didn't do the deal had him come over for a cup of coffee and gave him a $200,000 line of credit for free. I know we fucked up this last deal, but we want you to know that I hate to use it, so we got your back for the next deal. $200,000. We get a lot of money, but it was what they were able to pay bonuses to the owners and the board of directors. And again, it came up in the main room after you guys left. When you overfinance something, you don't take all the fucking money out. Let's say you overfinance for $500,000. This is not a Southern Florida Cuban deal. You know what I mean? Okay. Let's say you have 500. You take 150, 200 for the principal, and you split up 150, 200 grand amongst the other directors. The director that did the most work, which might be an industry expert, gets the biggest chunk, and it's full transparency. But you don't just. We've had a couple guys late in the year. They didn't take all the money, but they took almost all the money. And I understand. And again, I was telling Sally last night, I don't think anybody believes anymore that I was poor, and that I had a foreclosure. They foreclosed on my house, my first big house. And they used to send foreclosure notices in red envelopes in the 80s, red. So you couldn't miss it. And I remember Dan Jr., he was about 3 or something. He comes in, he says, Daddy, what's this? Is it Christmas? Give me that. Your mother see it? No. And so I remember that. I remember that sickening feeling when you're running out of money, or you've run out of money. Thankfully, it's decades ago, but I still remember. So you don't take all the money. And remember, these loans are 3 loans. It's the loan for this is excluding seller finance from it. There's a chunk of the money the commercial bank is going to give you 70, 80, 90% loan to value. Okay, that's one chunk. The second loan is a working capital loan. Working capital. But you don't ask for the working capital loan unless they force the issue until you have a term sheet on the first loan. So there's a working capital. And then, oh, by the way, we need a line of credit. So there's 3 tranches. Now, some of the, sharper bankers will say, okay, this is the loan. What do you need for working capital? what do you need for a line of credit? But not too many of the bankers. I'm not saying because they're not smart, but they're not used to the salami technique.